do a little bit of centering here. So let's just take a moment to arrive here on our mats and find our breath. And just take a moment to drop into your body, your sitting bones, heavy. And as you do that, just feel the shoulders soften a bit and allow the jaw to relax. Any tension in the face, just getting settled into your being. And just notice right in this moment sort of where your attention is. This is kind of the theme today, is where we put our attention. So even when we have these wonky things maybe happen that don't seem to make any sense, just noticing where the mind goes, where the attention, essentially where the attention goes. Take a moment, bring our attention into the present moment. Let the tongue rest on the roof of the mouth. And go ahead and take some deep, slow breaths. So inhaling just evenly into the front, back, sides, filling up the whole torso, lungs. And then exhale, and a slow, long breath out. And just noticing what happens when your attention begins to come into your breathing. Inhaling, 2, 3, and 4, pause. And exhaling, 2, 3, and 4, pause. Just follow that rhythm of your breath for another couple of breaths. Do a little tuning with some ohms and make it your own ohm, your own sound. And draw the hands together in front of the heart. Exhale the breath fully out. And draw in a nice full breath. And then we'll exhale, just slowly let the hands down, open the eyes. Let's take a couple of side body stretches, opening the eyes. We'll set the right hands down, inhale, lift the left one. We'll take a few deep breaths into the side ribs, focusing on opening up the body here, any tension in the body. Inhale, coming back up, exhale to the other side. Feels like a good day to create some side body opening. That's where we're going. And then inhale and exhale to the other side again. Let's just go back and forth a few times. Inhaling and exhale. And last one, inhale, exhale. And then on the next inhalation, come back up, bring the hands back behind, and we'll open up the front of the chest. Take a few breaths here. See if you can connect up through the front line of your spine, that ligament that runs up the front of the spine, opening up to the front of the throat, palate, third eye center. Excellent, and then exhale, come forward, and we'll stretch the arms out in front. And see if you can keep the sitting bones grounded as you reach. Come up onto the finger pads. Great, and then inhale, let's come up to all fours, and we're gonna do our toe stretch this morning. So we'll bring the knees and feet together, tuck the toes under, and then sit back as much as you can, keeping the toes, especially those little toes, spreading nice and wide. Right, and then we'll interlace the hands, press the arms up overhead. And just take a couple of, as you're opening up the feet, just take a couple, again, side body opening stretches. And opening the front of the chest, last couple of breaths here, look up. And then exhale the arms down. Let's reach back behind and just take one more stretch here if you can. Keep those toes stretching. Opening up the sides of the waist, loop the shoulders back. Beautiful. And then we'll come onto all fours. And we'll take a couple of cat-cow stretches here. So spread open the fingers, root down pretty strongly through each base of your finger, and then inhale, open the chest, look up. And exhale, curl around. And inhale, looking up, exhale. Keep your attention on the breath, linking the movements together. The bottom of the breath, initiating the movement and coming into the fullness at the top of each breath. Exhale. Inhale, last one here. Hold it. Take a couple of breaths here and just really open up the collarbones, melt the heart, shoulders roll back. And on the exhale, curl and round. Navel to spine, hold this for a couple of breaths. I'm just opening up the back muscles along the spine, the erectors. Great, inhale, let's come back to all fours, tuck the toes under and walk the hands back to the feet. And coming up to standing in Uttanasana, so outer feet parallel. Lift and spread your toes. Take a big breath in here. Lift up through the front of the spine. Get nice and long from the tail to the crown. And then on the exhale, fold in. And let's just take this forward bend and let's go ahead and massage the back of the calves, ankles, heels, maybe up to the hamstrings a little bit, hips. Yeah, IT bands. Good, and then we'll let the hands back down. Shift the weight slightly forward of your feet, and then set your left hand down and inhale the right arm up to the sky. Somebody just joined us. Oh, Randy! Yay! Welcome! Happy to have you here. So take another full breath in, all the way through the length of the spine, opening the shoulders, and then exhale. Release the right hand down, inhale, left arm to the sky. So try to keep your hips level as you open your shoulders, as you open your chest. You keep the gaze nice and soft. Good, and then exhale. Release the hands, come back to forward fold. And Hands onto the hips, and on your in-breath, slowly rise up to standing. And then from here, let's reach back, interlace the hands. Plug down into the feet, open up the chest. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Our asana practice really automatically brings our attention into our bodies, into our muscles and bones and tissues. And we just link up the breath with the sensations. We meet the sensations with our breath. Good. And then one more breath on each side. Bend your right knee, lift your left shoulder, and open the left shoulder towards the ceiling. Exhale back to center. Bend the left knee and open up your right shoulder. Good. Exhale all the breath out. Let's take the hands back to the floor and we'll walk the hands forward and step the feet back, downward facing dog. I'm going to take this first dog pose with the knees bent and find the reach back through your sitting bones. So we get a nice deep crease in the hips. Reach back through the inner and outer hips. And then walk your dog out nice and slowly. So slow enough where you can feel the opening and connection of the heels to the sitting bones to heels. Good. Syncing your breath with your movement, side to side, just 2 more breaths. And then finish your next out breath. Inhale, slide the chest forward, plank pose, and just take a breath here, activating the inner line of your legs, belly, and softening the chest. Inhale, another breath. And then exhale, either knees bent or straight leg chaturanga, all the way to your bellies, right into baby cobra. So keep the elbows in and reach the chest forward and plug all 10 toes in. Outer ankles pull in. Exhale, lower. One more breath into the full cobra. Lengthen the neck. Exhale, lower. And then we'll press all the way back through the knees. Back to 1 breath in downward facing dog. And then we'll slowly walk to the top of our mats. And inhale, look up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, leading with your chest. Sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Palms touch at the top of your breath. And exhale. Let's go ahead and brush the thumbs along the third eye, chest, until the hands come to the heart. And then just take a moment here. Close your eyes. Yeah. And just feel your body in this more vertical position and notice where your attention is right now. So bring your attention back to your breathing. Just notice how the attention wants to wander and, like Steph said, tries to sort of figure things out and control situations. And we just take this time in our practice today to let go of that. Bring the attention fully into the present moment. Breathing, listening, allowing yourself to come back to feeling where your body is in space. We'll take a deep breath in here. Moving through some Surya Namaskars. Exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Keep those feet spreading and plugging in as you inhale. Reach for the sky. And then on the exhalation, come right down the center line, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to the shins, reach the chest forward, look up towards the third eye. Exhale, step the right leg back into a lunge, bring your back knee to the floor. Good, inhale, we're gonna sweep the arms all the way up and just bring the palms so they're facing forward. Imagine there's a wall right in front of you and you're plugging those finger pads into the wall and floating the heads of the arm bones back. So a little bit of shoulder work here. Yeah, without jutting the ribs forward. So we keep the ribs sewing in. And sink a little bit deeper. Take another breath here. Let the head float back as you look up. Inhale, soft smile on the face. Good. Exhale, release the hands. Let's set the right hand down. And inhale, sweep your left arm to the sky. So we're going to keep working that side waistline opening. As you inhale, just open that both sides of your waist, lengthening. And as you exhale, a slight twist. Great. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, both hands to the floor. Let's step back either onto all fours or straight legs. And then lower down chaturanga on your next breath. Inhale. Come through to cobra. Good. Open up the chest. Shoulders back, elbows in. Exhale, lower. Press back through the knees. All the way back to downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe. It's listening. Yeah, so spread your fingers, not to the point where you're overdoing it, but where you're really connecting to the, I want to say the layer of fascia, that superficial layer of fascia. Yeah, and you're stretching evenly in all directions. And when you do that, the center of the palm begins to float a little bit. That activates the rest of the arms. And then keep reaching back. Last couple of breaths. Reach those sitting bones back. Soften. And follow the next breath all the way to the tail end. Look up between your hands. We'll step the right foot forward. Bring the back knee to the floor. Inhale the arms up. So once again, imagine there's that wall and you're pressing the finger pads into the wall, float the armpits back. And in fact, if you want to try a little bit different, but same action, we'll cup the back of the head with the hands. Yeah, and just work a little bit of the skull looping here. So we press the hands into the skull, skull into the hands, and open. Soft smile on your face. Always keeping a little lightness, a little humor. Breathing, inhale. And then exhale, hands to the floor. We'll lift the back knee if you like. Set the left hand down, right arm to the sky. Nice big open twist here. Yeah, breathing deeply, good. So notice where the head is here. And if it's a little bit forward, bring it back, open the back of your skull as you open your chest. Shoulders, that's it. Beautiful step. Exhale, release the hands. We'll step all the way forward with both feet. Inhale, looking up. Halfway lift, exhale, fold forward. And just follow that breath to the tail end, plug the feet in. Inhale, leading with your heart, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Look to your thumbs, exhale, the hands come down the center line. And take a pause breath here with the hands at the heart. Just notice any unnecessary holding and controlling and tension in the body. Been noticing this a lot in my own self, where we habitually tense and try to control. So we just want to take these moments of pause to let go of any of the unnecessary tension in the body and just come into that necessary tension. It's called that tensegrity, where there's balanced action on all sides. Good. See if we can move from this place. Exhale, the arms down. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Look to the thumbs. Exhale, come down the center line and deep bow. Bow for a bow. Inhale, hands to the shins. Float your spine long. And exhale. This time we'll step the left leg back first. Keep the back knee lifted if you can. If it's too much, you can always have your back knee down. And then we'll come on up with the hands to the hips. And you can do a little bend in the back knee to stabilize, rooting from your pelvis all the way down into the feet, into the earth. Then start to straighten the back leg. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. Let's go ahead and take the opposite clasp of the hands behind the skull. And take another couple of breaths here, where we're working that rooting down to rise up. So as little effort as possible. Yeah. And then exhale, the hands back to the floor. We'll step back to plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Legs are strong, and then you can slide through to Cobra or Upward Dog if you feel moved. Great, and then exhale, press right back. Downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. Listen. Listen to your body. Where's your body in this moment? Are you finding a little bit more ease, maybe a little bit more stability? That balance between the two. Great. And then following our exhalation all the way out, feel Mula Bandha just slightly tone at the base of the breath. From there, stepping left foot forward. Inhale, hands to the hips. And try to keep that back leg floating this round. A little bit of bend in the back leg just to get the scoop of the tail and the engagement of the low belly, just a little lift. And then inhale, sweep the arms up and take the hands back behind the skull. Take a few breaths here. You should feel a really nice stretch in the front of the right hip as you curl back. Beautiful. Exhale, the hands to the floor. Step all the way forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Float the shoulder blades back, and then exhale, Uttanasana. Great. Inhale, lead with your heart. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands right down to the heart space. Let's just take another breath here. The power of the pause. Especially as we kind of move, we spiral into this last part of the year here. Important just to take these moments of pause, reflection, acknowledgement of where we are in this moment. Deep, full breath in, nice extended breath out. Let's open the eyes, release the hands, and we're gonna bend the knees here and come down with the fingertips, Utkatasana. So this first part of Utkatasana, we'll just take the hands back behind and work the internal rotation of the thighs. So the pubic bone moves back, pubic bone back. That's going to widen the buttocks, right? Then you want to drop the tail just to find that sweet balance. Then inhale, reach the arms up by the ears. And you can stay looking down to begin with, unless it's okay in your neck. Look up towards the fingertips. And breathe. Just a couple of smiling, relaxing breaths. Yeah, great, you guys. Nice, Brandy. One more exhalation, sinking in a little bit deeper. Good, inhale, straight legs will fold up and over. Bow, Uttanasana. Fold. Inhale, look up halfway. And then exhale, we'll step the right leg back, turn the back heel to the floor. Pause here, grounding down. Yeah. And then inhale, sweep the arms up to second warrior. And settle in here for a breath or two. Yeah, so just find that balance in the pelvis. Pubic bone back, tailbone forward. Where the two meet is where the balance in the pelvis happens, occurs. Okay, and then from here, again, opening up that sideways. So right hand under the back leg, open your left arm. Yeah, and focus your attention right in that space between the bottom floating rib and the top of your hip. Just focus in there for a moment. See if you can create a little more opening, a little more spaciousness. A little bit more of a middle. Beautiful, and then on the exhale, forearm onto the thigh, last pose here in this sequence. And right arm overhead. Look up towards the fingertips. Soft smile. So now bring your attention to the outer edge of your back foot. Grounding, rooting, and follow the line up through the tips of the fingers. Breathe. Great. And we're going to finish our next out breath here. Inhale, floating all the way back up to standing. So we're just going to shift to the other side from here. Turn the right foot out. Back toes turn in about just a tiny bit. Inhale, the arms wide. Exhale, bend your front knee. Just settling right down into Virabhadrasana 2. So keep that verticalness in your spine, open heart, steadiness in your breath. Good. Cultivating a little resilience here in your body, in your mind, in your heart. Then from here, inhale, open it up, reverse the warrior. Again, bring your attention into the space in the middle. And then exhale, extended side angle, forearm onto the thigh. Spin your top arm overhead. Yeah. The attention comes down into the outer edge of your back foot. And then follow that line up through the fingertips. Breathe. Yeah. Big internal rotation of that top arm, floating in as you look up softly. Excellent, everyone. Finish your breath and then inhale, come all the way up. Turn your feet parallel. We're just going to place the hands right here on the hips. Take a moment here to peek down at your feet. Make sure that the outer feet are parallel to the outer lines of the mat. So the toes are going to turn in just slightly. Hug the quad muscles in towards the femur bones. Big breath in, open your chest. Exhale, fold forward. And we'll set the fingertips down on the floor. And just for a moment, walk your hands out so they're right underneath the chest. And in this position, you can kind of play with rocking the weight a little forward and back in your feet till you find the center point, right where the 3 arches engage, 4 corners of the feet root. Then from there, you can walk the hands in and fold. We'll take about 5 breaths here. Breathe deeply. Where is your attention? So we become that observer, right? The witness to where our attention goes. Fascinating when we really start to watch. Watch how we get hooked in to certain mental patterns. As soon as you become the witness, you begin to unhook. And that's part of all the work in the body. Inhale, walk your hands back out. Exhale, from here, we'll just simply turn the right foot out. We're going to come into triangle pose. Walk your hands to the right and set your right hand either on your ankle or your shin. Other arm reaches to the sky. Yeah. Great. Take a breath simply when you come in here. Feel the whole energy of the pose. Yeah. And then you can start to work just that opening in the side waistline, especially that right waist. So we pull the outer, clip the outer right hip back as we reach the chest towards the top of the head. Create this internal spaciousness. Smile and listen to your breath. I'm not going to get too complicated this morning. Beautiful. One more breath here. And just see if you can open the chest a little bigger for this last breath. Open the chest, even into a slight back bend in the upper body. And follow your exhale to the tail end, rooting the legs. Inhale, come on up. And we're just going to simply go right to the other side. You guys are doing great. Left foot out, right foot turns slightly in. Inhale. Exhale, up and over. Yeah. And again, take one breath when you come in, just to settle into open ground. Feel the whole energy. Breathe. So on the in breath, we lift the floating rib. Lift it towards the toes, and then exhale. Start to spin the rib cage towards the ceiling. Look up. Yeah. Be in the curiosity of how you can open a little bit more, how you can play in your body. Exhale, look down at the foot. Inhale, come on up. Great, exhale, turn the feet parallel. We're gonna reach back, interlace the hands from here. Float the chest towards the ceiling. Good, keep the extension in the sides of your waist. Then exhale, go over. Once again, settle in, spread toes. Wake up the legs. So the inner line of the legs here, we wanna wake up a little bit more. The outer legs tend to be pretty active here. So it's almost like you're gonna squeeze the legs in towards the center, right, isometrically. That's gonna activate, and then exhale, soften your head a little bit more, relax your face. And then on your next exhale, we'll release the hands to the floor. Great, and then from here, we are going to turn the right foot out, bring the back toes in 45 degrees. Hands to either side of your foot. You can always use a little support block or book or can, whatever you have there at home. And then inhale, look up. And as you look up, draw the outer right hip back. So you want to reach the chest forward towards the front of the mat you're looking at. And the hip crease pulls back. Now, keep that length as you exhale, fold in. Come back to your breathing. Bring your attention back to the sensations in your body. Notice where your attention is. Wherever our attention is where our mind goes. That's a good thing to remember. If our attention goes to fear, that's where things go. So if our attention goes to the body, as we're doing in our yoga practice, this is good. Inhale, exhale, one more breath all the way out. Inhale, look up. Exhale, we're simply going to walk nice and slowly over to the other side, making any adjustments. Great, and then inhale, take a big breath here, square off the hips. And then pull the left hip crease back, chest forward, exhale, bow. And breathe. Stay curious. Find that balance of the form and then releasing the form and just breathing. Just being. Great, you guys. And then inhale, look up, next breath. Set your hands down, exhale. We'll slide all the way back to down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Great. And come down onto your knees. So let's come into Parigasana, the gate pose. So we're going to come up onto the right knee and extend the left leg out in front. And you can play with different foot positions, see which one works for you. One is to be up on the heel, the other is to have the foot down or foot slightly forward. It sort of depends on your hip, kind of which way it'll turn. Yeah, I'm gonna have my foot straight out today. Similar to triangle pose, we're gonna be able to move the hips, yeah? So we'll inhale, reach the right arm up, and exhale, come up and over. Excellent. And breathe. So obviously we're getting this opening through the right way. So you want to work on a little more space in the left side. So as you inhale, lift, float, exhale, soften. Yeah, that's it, you guys. And gaze is eventually looking towards the ceiling or the fingers. A couple more. Inhale, come on up. Nice. Exhale, we're going to just switch sides from here. But just take a moment. I always like to take these moments just to feel. So you might notice, oh, I've got more space. Good to feel that. And then take your right leg out. Ground down through that right leg. Inhale, lift through both sides. Exhale, left arm overhead. Beautiful. Parigasana. So you can take just a little peek down at your right leg. And ideally, you want to try to get the right kneecap lined up. It's not so easy with the hip and the ankle. Yeah. Do your best. And one more breath, everyone. Good inhaling. Come on up. Exhale. Go ahead and turn and face the top of your mat. And then we'll come back. Just take your time if you need a couple of breaths. We're just going to meet back here in downward dog and just feel the opening in the sides of your waist. Breathe. Relax the jaw. And on our next breath, walk the feet together, reach the right leg to the sky. And as you're in this leg extended dog, you want to find a little more grounding through the hands, stabilizing in the shoulders. So shoulder blades loop down the back. Now, once you have that stability, then bend the knee, open your hip, but don't torque your shoulders. Yeah. And play here. Stretch the leg, the foot, the hip. Little bits of tiny movements. And then on the exhalation, we'll slide the right knee between the hands. And tuck your back toes under just to get that internal rotation in your back leg. Yeah, there you go, Steph. And then you guys can walk your hands back towards your hips a little bit and just work the opening in the front of the body as well as the sides of the waist. Big breath, soft. And when you feel that opening, you can walk your way, feel your way into half pigeon. So just encourage you to go to that first layer and simply wait, kind of feel that power of going slow. Dropping down and in. And notice where your attention is. Let's take a couple more breaths, allowing your hips to get very, very relaxed, super earthy. And as the hips relax here, notice what happens in the jaw, the shoulders. Notice any ways you're habitually grasping, trying to control the body in any way. And without even trying to do anything, just by bringing our attention to it, you can notice the body actually begins to let go. Now we're going to stay nice and low here and come into a twist. So we'll walk the hands over to the left, place the elbow down in front of the foot. And if you have a lot of flexibility here, you might be able to place the elbow in the arch of the foot. I'm not there today, so I'm not going to demo it. And then hands come to the fold at the heart, or you can take the right hand into a soft fist and use it to help, use the left hand to help open the chest to the left. Every inhalation, we can focus on opening the spine, space inside the body. Exhale, gentle twist. Eyes are soft, looking to the side. Great, everyone. One more big breath. Exhale, twisting. Inhale, come back. And you can take one more variation here. A little bit of a back bend and maybe even taking a hold of the left foot. So either one, you can just stay here in opening or take a hold of your left foot with your hand. Nice little quad stretch. Beautiful. And then exhale, let's come back to downward dog. Feels so good. Let's just stretch and move. Enjoy the coming out piece too. That sort of sense of relief in the body. And we walk the feet together and inhale the left leg to the sky. And again, re-stabilize the foundation in your hands. Especially the the thumb mound and the index mound. Those 2 points are going to give you a lot of stability in the shoulder, and then you can bend the knee and playfully open. Toes, ankle, Beautiful, and then exhale, nice and slow, slide your left knee to the top of your mat. We'll take a couple of breaths here, stabilizing the hips. Yeah, that's it. And inhale, lift up through the whole front line here of your spine. You can tap into that, it's called the anterior longitudinal ligament. This long ligament that comes up the front of the spine. You can open here. And then keep that awareness as you exhale, walk a little bit deeper in. Maybe coming down onto elbows or all the way down. Just be that judge of where your edge is. Go to that first place and wait. Like that's what we're all doing right now, is just dropping in with deep patience and being with what is. Notice the different sensations. Listen to the sound of your breath. And just allow yourself to drop in one more layer on your next exhale. And then on your inhale, we'll walk back up and we're going to move the hands over to the right. Take the elbow down in front of your left foot. Hands to the heart, or you can take a soft fist with your left hand. And use the right hand to just get some leverage in opening the shoulders. Gazes softly off to the right. Beautiful. Nice long Ujjayi breaths. Nowhere to get to, just in the curiosity of the moment. In the experience of the moment. Beautiful. And then exhale on your next breath. Make your way all the way back to down dog. Oh, reaching and stretching and Feeling the energy and blood flow coming back into your whole pelvic region, hips. Take a few side breaths if you like. Great. And then inhale, slide the chest forward. Exhale, lower down onto your bellies. And let's go ahead and come up onto the forearms for the Great Sphinx. Yeah. I love watching the doggy there, Brittany. So sweet. He's loving that you're doing yoga. And then let's go ahead and soften and melt the heart. So the shoulders come up towards the ears a little bit. And we get that just full opening in the thoracic area. All 10 toes stretching back. And you're welcome to stay here. If this feels like your edge today, you just want to work it here. Otherwise, I'll have you bend your left knee, turn your right hand in a little bit and reach back. Take a hold of the inside of the foot. Yeah. And then without letting the knees go wide, keep the thighs parallel. You'll draw that left heel down towards the outer hip and bring the gaze slightly off to the right. So for this health of the back here, you want to create a little bit of grounding through the tailbone as you lift the chest. And take 1 or 2 more breaths here. Exhale, gently release. Switch sides or stay in the Great Sphinx. Yep. Good. Hug the thighs slightly in towards center, tailbone releases towards the floor as you lift the chest up and over, looking to your left. This is nice because you get both the quad stretch and the shoulder opening here. Great. 1 more breath and then exhale, release. Whew. Yeah, hello to the lower back here. And we'll press right back into half dog pose, puppy pose. And if your shoulders feel warm enough here, you can come up onto the pads of the fingers and work the looping of the shoulders. And just notice where your attention is. Even in the body, like are we focusing on how tight we are or how open we feel? Somewhere in between. Inhale, come on up. Good, exhale, let's take a seat. How are we doing? Are we good? Yay, okay. All right, so from here, let's take the left knee. We'll start on the left side out and bring the foot in for Janu Shavasana. So we're going to do this first variation with the stance a little bit wider. You can even pick up your seat, widen your stance, slide your right hand along the inside of the leg, and you can either take the calf, ankle, or foot, depending on your flexibility. Now with your left hand, you can reach underneath and get that length in the sideways, just to kind of guide your body in that direction. Then extend your left arm overhead. With every in-breath, we lengthen. With every out-breath, a little bit of turning towards the ceiling. Stay with these poses. I really find it helpful just to stay where I am, not to try to get further or more open, but just to stay here and allow. Inhale, come on up. And then let's just do a little counter pose here. So you'll set your left hand back, lift your hips, and reach the right arm up for Side plank variation. Exhale, release, beautiful. Let's come into regular Shavasana since we're here, just shortening the stance a little bit. Take your left hand to the inside of the foot, and right hand's gonna come out for a little outrigger. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Take a couple of full deep breaths. Inhale, coming up. Let's go ahead and just switch sides. Stretch out the right leg, stretch out your left leg, fold your right leg back. Starting with a nice wide stance. We'll exhale the left hand to the inside. Taking a hold somewhere, right arm extends up and over. We inhale, fill up the rib cage, especially that lower left rib side. Exhale, spin your heart open. Great. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale, we'll set the right hand back, lift the hips, and reach the left arm. This is a great opening on this whole left side. Just feel the connections. And then exhale, release. And let's turn towards the left leg, Shavasana. Take the inside of the foot. Left hand becomes an outrigger. Inhale. Right ribs move towards left thigh as you exhale, fold. Let yourself drop in for a couple of breaths, just all the way in. Let the weight, the tension, the control just release from the shoulders here. We'll follow our next exhale completely out. Inhale, come on up. And exhale. Great, you guys. I just want to do one last pose for the side body. So we'll come up, Ustrasana, tucking the toes under. A little bit of a back bend here. And you can do this in whatever variation works for you today. So main thing is just to keep that internal rotation of the thighs and the tailbone scoop to protect the lower back. Okay, then what I want you to focus your attention on is this side body, long, lifting up through the shoulders. And you can either just stay here with your hands on the lower back. This is just a great back bend as it is, or come down with both hands on the heels. So just decide what works for you today. Okay, and then wherever you are, just breathing and opening the side body. Yeah. Creating that spaciousness in the sides, the heart. The tension here fully comes into the heart and the throat. And last breath or two. We're going to finish the breath out, lead with the chest. Inhale. Exhale, rest back, sitting on your heels. And then just take a moment here. You can even place your hands on your body, on your chest, or even on the sides, and just feeling, taking a moment just to simply be in the feeling body, the sensations, the opening. Being in that power of your own presence. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and just lie right on our backs. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug, a squeeze. and embrace. And we'll take it right into our last pose here, happy baby. Open the hips. And then right back into our final Shavasana, corpse pose. So gather anything that you might need to be comfortable and warm and held. Yeah. In this pose, we get to just really integrate. This, to me, this is the integration piece. So we walk the shoulders back, let the palm space open, allow your legs to soften away from the midline. Same with the arms, just falling away from the midline, resting back. And just let yourself fully soften back. Letting go of all tension, all holding. Yeah. Whether you're sitting or lying back, we just take this moment to drop the mind. To rest inside the essence of our being. Stay in the stillness, the quiet, restful place as you slowly come back through some deeper breaths. And as you exhale, just dropping anything that you would prefer not to take with you into your day today, just letting it go. And then we'll slowly begin to find some wiggles in the toes and the fingers. Stretching the arms overhead, give yourself a full body stretch and roll to your side. And when you're ready, making your way up to comfortable seats. Keep the hands together in heart space. Take one arm together. Exhale fully. Deep breath in. Gratitude, taking the bow. Namaste. Thank you all.
Thank you, Allie.
Thanks for being here today.
Have a lovely day.
You too.
Thank you, Allie. Take good care.
Oh, look at that puppy.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
there
that's your
too.
dogs.
Tell me what his name is again. Oh, both of them.
Yes.
Aww.
This is Dwayne.
Aww.
And the naughty puppy is Rua. This is the naughty one.
He's a little yogi, huh, Dwayne?
Oh, they both are into it. You know what? He loves grooming my bolster. I can't even figure it out. Like every time he comes down here, he's like, so weird.
He's hilarious.
Yep. It is what it is. So anyway, I love you so much. I will talk to you soon.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Have a beautiful day.
You too.
Thanks for being here.
Hey, Chica.
Hi. How are you?
I just wanted to check in. Are you still seeing somebody at 4:30?
Today?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I should have told you that.
Oh, no worries.
I'm good. She ended up coming in yesterday and I forgot to tell you. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm good. I mean, I'm going to wrap up at 4, so no
Great.
worries.
Yeah. I'm so glad it's worked out for you. Great. For
I
us.
know, it was perfect because it's just like I needed a landing spot and everything is so like not uncertain.
I know.
So it's like perfect that I have at least a spot to maintain my people.
Yeah. That's
And
great.
then I have no idea, Allison, I'm reinventing myself. So, that's what's up.
I know. Well, aren't we all, right? Like figuring out yeah, I'm similar. So we got to have our
I know we will. I will send out some times for you when I have some windows, but I don't want that to, I got up this morning and I'm like, no, don't let that go. Like that's important to the visioning.
I
So
know.
it came through this morning. I'm like, okay, follow up,
Yeah.
follow up.
It's in there for me too. So we'll just make sure it happens. We've got time over the next few weeks with the holiday.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And
Cool.
we're going to have a beautiful solstice. I mean, it's going to be potent.
Oh my gosh, totally.
There's supposedly those 2 planets, Saturn and Jupiter, are supposed to align. It's going to look like the Star of Bethlehem.
Oh my gosh. Is that on the 21st this year?
Yeah, right after sunset. So good time to go out and then just look at the horizon, like just do a sky scan.
Yeah.
There's going to be some kind of alignment.
Yeah, I think.
And I'm going to hop in and join Jai Dev for an activation on that day.
Oh, awesome.
No, it might be the 15th actually, but I think he's also doing something on the 21st.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Cool. All right. Well, let's just keep it close and we'll find a day and yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Bye.
You too.